Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dogg, and I am here in South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, with my friends, the Debtors. Guys, welcome.
What is up?
Woo!
How's everybody feeling?
Fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic.
Ready for the day?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the day yesterday. You guys got into town, correct?
Yeah.
Got in about
What'd we do?
drank. No, we did a good class, Spotify master class. Shout out Spotify there.
There you
Yeah,
go. Nice.
Yeah, so we did that about an hour, and then
Went to see Far Caspian.
And then we started Far Caspian.
Yep, met up with us, guys.
Yeah,
yes.
Yep.
Saw you. Went and grabbed some food
Yeah.
after that.
Smash.
Smash somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was at a ping pong place.
And then we got smashed.
And then we
Yeah.
got smashed. Yeah. Went and checked out some more bands after that.
check
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then
Brought a
got
little
called
bit
to
of
Monsoon on the way
Louisiana
out.
to Austin.
Yeah.
Any band later that night that struck you, or that?
We went to see Mexico City Heartbreak
Yeah, they were cool.
at
Yeah.
Cooper's Barbecue.
Yeah.
Nice.
They were dope.
Good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Cooper's
really
is upstairs, the venue,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
venue
That
was
is a cool.
upstairs.
That's a
That
cool
was cool.
venue. Yep. Good stuff. So let's go back to when we started as a band. Let's talk about the history of this band, how we all got together. Talk about Lafayette, Louisiana, how that is, a hotbed or a cold bed of music. Give us the history of this band.
Kyle, I'll let you take the bed talk. But however, how we started, I've always kind of done solo things for myself, but they were all terrible. And I couldn't really get to a potential without a band. And I've always wanted to be in a band. So I knew Cole played drums. So I called him on my way home from Utah one day. And I was just like, hey, you know anybody that plays guitar? Relatively well? He's like, oh, I know, just the cat. So we met like a week or two later in Cole's shed at his old rent house. All nice and cold and muggy in there and humid.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And
Well,
I had just moved back to Lafayette not long prior to that, so it was just kind of perfect timing.
He was my neighbor actually.
Yeah,
And
they already knew each other.
happened
wow.
to-
Across the street from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the street from each other, and then found out through mutual friends that we had the same mutual friends. Hit him up. We would hang out in Lafayette, jam. Yeah.
Parties at Cole's house ended up
Oh, yeah.
being big jam sessions in the back in that shed.
Yep.
And then Casey came around not too long after, and we did covers for a while, which
Okay.
is
No
a big,
bueno.
a
We had
big
the
no-no
list.
for us
We
now.
I still have that notebook with the
Yeah.
list of the original 20 songs
Yeah.
that we wrote down. I think we all picked okay, everyone picked
Yeah.
5 or 6 songs,
Yeah.
and then that's the ones everyone go home and learn.
Yeah.
So,
And
what was your favorite cover that you did when you guys first started out?
South.
I'll say South.
Oh, yeah,
by
Hippocampus.
Hippocampus.
Which
Oh,
Hippocampus-
yeah, Hippocampus. Yeah,
Hippocampus
I know
got
Hippocampus.
One of their big blow-up sets was at South by Southwest. I had
Okay.
a buddy that said he saw them in a tiny bar room, and then the next year they're headlining one of the festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but us
So hopefully a similar trajectory here, but
us playing in that shed. Us playing in that shed nearly 5 years ago would fooled me if you had told me that we would.
it led to this.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, this was
Nobody would have believed it.
would not have believed it.
We were not good when we started.
Pretty bad.
I think the best music we ever played was at drunkenly at those parties, just jamming together.
And then we watched the videos the next day. We're like, oh,
Yikes.
So tell me about then the bass story. How long after you guys started as a band did the bassist story happen?
well, we knew from the jump that we needed a bass player.
Yeah. Okay.
But we kind of wanted to keep it.
Were kind of the exception to that rule.
Sure.
For a while.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep it 3 people. So I was just like, screw it. I'll learn the bass. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Casey
Okay.
had a really good approach to it because he would just make sure that the bass could match his voice. So it wasn't nobody was hitting him up playing A or anything.
Mhm.
It was just, oh, there it is.
Yeah, I didn't know a single note.
which is really good for your ears.
Yeah.
But as you can imagine, singing while playing bass is really difficult. You got 2 very different registers there.
That's why there aren't too many
Exactly.
lead singers that are
Right,
bass.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but so I started rewatching a bunch of videos of our shows of me playing bass, and I'm just like, no, this isn't good. I mean, it's not that I was playing bass terribly and singing terribly. It's just 100% wasn't going into both when I knew I can do it. I can sing so much better without the bass.
Yeah. And then we had, so it's kind of wild how Well, Brandon got in the band just because I would go to the restaurant that he manages a lot. And I remember just seeing him on campus one time with a guitar on his back. So I just started asking questions about guitar. And I was like, dude, come jam with us one time. So he comes over one evening and we were jamming, and we had told him all these songs, that we had written. And like I said, they were really simple, but he was just picked up on it with that. So we're like, all right, so hey, you want to be in the band? He's like, I didn't realize this was an audition. We're like, yeah, we kind of didn't realize either, but we need another guitarist, so you want to come join? And he was like, yeah, let's do it.
Like a blind audition.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it was wild. Like Shane and I started a job at the same time at a big CPA firm, and he told me he played bass, and I was like, oh, cool, dude. And then Shane needed a roommate. I needed a roommate at the same time. We were both working together, literally sharing an office space, just a wall between us. And I was like, dude, if you need a place to stay, I really need a roommate. It's a cool house, good area. Come move in. And so he moved in, was always playing the bass, and I'd hear him playing our songs. And then one day, I think everybody was just like, dude, let's ask him to be in the band. So we did, worked out. Got some angry messages from people that we had told we would let them audition. So we never let them audition. Some dude was pretty butthurt about it.
And what year is this then? What year are we talking that this is happening?
That was into 2020.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Because band practice was at their house at that time, so he was basically just listening to us practice the songs that he already was practicing.
Yeah. So
it's well, he knows the songs.
He was flattering as hell.
We're practicing twice a week, once a week, as much as we could,
1 to 2 times a week.
Okay.
At the beginning,
and that's being generous.
At the early part, it was once every other week almost.
Yeah.
Just everybody having hectic schedules and whatnot.
We're all full-time jobs.
Yeah.
This
is the hobby that took us a little further than anybody anticipated. Yeah. So
to say the least, right?
It makes everything a lot less stressful as far as financials go.
Yeah, you're playing with house money, guys.
Exactly.
That's really
it's cool. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey.
Yeah.
So talk about where did the name the Debtors come from? Is that from being accountants, or
actually no?
People say that.
I mean, that would be my.
It was very tongue in cheek.
Well, I made the joke we should just call the band In Debt since we have no money.
Yeah.
And we're all in debt to things.
Yeah. And I was like, it sounds too much like In Sync. And I was like, the Debtors, and I think it just stuck. And I think about a year later, we're like,
I hate this name.
Yeah.
And then 2 years passed, and we're like, oh, well, this name isn't that bad.
But it worked
Buyer's remorse,
It worked out so well because we got really lucky. We were talking about that band from our hometown that basically had to change their name because there were so many bands. Zach Edwards in the Medicine, shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they changed their name. I don't know necessarily why they changed it, but I know that if you search Medicine, you'll find a bunch of bands.
Yeah.
We got very lucky. If you search the Debtors on Spotify, it's only us.
Yeah.
And so we kind of just
website name is easy to find.
Website names, if you Google us, it's
social media,
the first thing that pops up. So we got really lucky. There's people that pay a lot of money for that type of stuff, and like I said, we just got lucky, dude. We just got lucky.
It is crazy the band names.
Yeah.
I mean, even at South. I mean, we saw Lemonade Shoelace. I mean, that's
that's
what.
That would be the only one.
When band names start getting into abbreviations, you're just not trying it.
Correct. Yeah. So let's talk about songwriting. Are we more of a music first then lyrics, or are we more of a lyrics first then music? Is
music first then lyrics?
Yeah,
okay.
But it kind of goes it's compartmentalized, I guess, really, because he'll have lyrics that none of us have ever heard before.
Okay.
And then Brandon and I or whatever will have this little riff or progression that will lay it out, and then all of a sudden he's forcing those lyrics into that.
He finds the melody once.
Yeah. So the lyrics are there, I guess, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah.
We'll play the song. He'll put a melody with those lyrics. So
I'll spew out nonsense first.
Yeah.
To see
to get the melody.
It won't make a lick of sense.
Yeah.
But you have your book where you just have pages and pages and pages of lyrics.
I filled that book. I'm to the iPhone now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Infinite
You went
storage.
digital. You went digital.
And then Brandon and I have just voice memos on our phone.
Hey, check this out. What does this sound like?
Yeah. And I
made this last night.
I used to be pretty good about labeling them in ways that I'd be able to come back and memorize how I played it. And now it's just voice recording 500.
Second mic, 200.
Yeah. And I'm and I'll go through them and I'll start. Son of a bitch, this is cool. I don't remember how I played this.
All my
it's very
voice
frustrating. I'm I need to start videoing this.
all my voice memos just say I-10-1, I-10-2,
Yeah.
because I'm always on the
Drive.
interstate, just like holding it up to just driving in silence, just coming up with bullshit.
Yeah. And then like bass and drums kind of get put on the last part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the bass is kind of like we'll show Shane.
Sure.
We'll show Shane all the like the chords and just kind of be like, look, I mean that's more or less the melody. Like
Yeah, you're giving him the framework.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
look, and like
absolutely.
we've gotten to this approach. If it sounds good, it is good.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't have to play the exact notes that we're playing, but if it sounds good, it isn't. So yeah.
And then, so like I know you guys obviously in your music, if you listen to you, like layering is a big part of it, texturing, talk about that, like within the songwriting process, like how that is, comes about.
Him and I really try to work on that.
Okay.
Just not playing the same things,
Mhm.
not being repetitive wise,
Yeah.
kind of mixing it up and
Yeah.
playing off of each other.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're doing this here, I could probably do this right here.
Yeah, he'll take lead on songs a lot of times, like, or me. It's just kind of like whoever comes up with the melody. Like if you come up with the chord progression, a lot of times you're going to be like the rhythm on that one,
right?
And then the other person will come in and lay down a lead line or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then effect pedals, like pedal boards, as far as like the layering and that texture goes. And then Casey's just like drown me out with reverb. So it's great, like so it's typically just like recorded in a large hall
and just a wee bit of delay.
Yeah, a wee bit of delay, a lot of reverb.
Yeah, and then Shane obviously then comes in, and after he listens to what you guys come together. So from a live perspective too, is that kind of also how you come from that perspective, or is it a different approach?
I mean, live, I guess for the longest time up until now, we've just basically done whatever was recorded. We've done that live.
Okay.
We've changed like how songs are kind of we haven't changed structure.
Okay.
But we've definitely gone like different tempos with songs. Like Simple State has definitely changed.
That's the best example of that.
Okay.
Like there's people that always tell us, man, I wish like the way I'll play it live was the recorded version.
We took Simple State and gave it a hell of an upgrade.
Yeah, it's just like sped it up a little bit, like made it more like a driving beat, just kind of something like constant there.
It's turned into one of my favorite songs to play.
Yeah, we definitely jam the hell out of that one.
Yeah, Shane loves
it. Yeah.
And I've noticed too, like a lot of your songs, stretch into that 4 or 5 minute range. Is that on purpose, or because nowadays, like songs are, a lot of the South, not even. I mean, a lot of songs that I listen to were like barely 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think it just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, I don't think on purpose.
Yeah, in fact, we do this all the time. We're like, we're gonna write a short pop song.
Yeah.
3 minutes,
and
right?
Like it's gonna stay here the whole song. Like we're not doing a crescendo, a day crescendo, nothing. We're just staying nice and even keel the whole time. And then we start playing it. We'll do it the first time the song's written. We'll do that, and then we're like,
we'll do it for 2 practices, and then by the 3rd practice, like we'll just be messing around with
and then
something.
all of a sudden it just starts crescendoing again.
We're just like, hey guys, we should go into a jam.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know,
it's a
2.5
that's a great idea.
The 2.5 minute song became a 4.5 minute freaking jam towards the end of it. But like, it's kind of like, all right, we just gotta stop fighting it. It's who we are, like
it really is.
Yeah,
I mean, it works out most of the time.
it does work out most of the time.
And I feel like live-wise, we do kind of jam solo at the end of songs.
Yeah.
Simple State, we extend that
Yeah.
up to like 8 minutes.
Highly caffeinated.
Makes for a very fun, powerful, and emotional show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Highly Caffeinated, because that song is really what like got me into you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much that I can say about that song, but I want you to talk about that song, like from your guys' perspective. What does that song mean to you?
It's kind of funny because, like, I mean, when I started kind of getting into guitar, like really into it, it was mostly like blues, folk music, country. So like the blues from Highly Caffeinated is definitely from like all of that influence.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the time that we wrote it, it was definitely kind of different than what we had done before, And it started off as just me playing that intro riff.
Yeah.
And like Casey, it was just in practice, just like off the cuff, just kind of like, messing around. Casey was like, that's really cool. So then I kind of just went home and like pieced together like the rest of the song. And it just kind of went from there. which, like I said, it was definitely at the time like our first kind of like blues track, I guess.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's good.
Yeah,
And it was like
nobody expected it to be our most popular.
Yeah, no, it was like the second song we recorded in the album.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And it was
Oh,
the last
wow.
track. Like,
The
I mean,
last-
we knew it was good, but it's not like we were like, oh, this is what it was going to be.
Yeah,
Really?
right.
Okay, so
We
you
had
didn't have
no
the
idea.
expectation. Okay, wow,
No
that's
idea.
interesting.
And
Okay.
even then, like, I wasn't really supposed to be screaming all that much in it. It's just how it came whenever we were recording it, and I just did it in the recording.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah,
I'm really
Paul was
glad
just like,
you
"Oh, that
did.
shit."
Yeah, man.
Paul was just like, oh,
let it out,
no,
buddy.
we're
Let it
keeping
out.
that, and then you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
So we the highly caffeinated took me a long time to get the vocals through.
Yeah.
A lot of takes.
To,
But I
to-
mean,
to get on top of the notes,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
to,
yeah,
to
yeah.
do it and then to keep doing it over and over. It's just
Yeah.
like, that one's good, but we're going to do it again
Yeah.
because you could do it better.
Yeah.
And then after it was all said and done, I was just like, shit, I got to do this live every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the set,
Since
There's a lot of pressure.
Since we've written that song, we've never played a show that we didn't play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than the little one in there.
Then
Which,
Bruh.
It's
in
good
all
bread and
honesty,
butter.
I was like quietly disappointed that you guys didn't play that because I was like,
one time.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, yeah,
man.
we'll definitely have it.
All right,
Another
yeah.
We'll do it.
little insight into that if you want to talk about the
Yeah,
writing more.
absolutely.
I don't know. I think I may have told you guys one at a time. But it's the only song I've ever taken Casey's lyrics and heard, the highly caffeinated, and the thought came to me. I was like, I'm gonna make the drums sound like a heartbeat. So that's what that double, that doom,
Yeah.
doom,
Yeah.
and like that. So maybe
That's
I should
pretty
start
cool.
doing that more since it's our most popular.
Right.
That's yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's
But
a
in this, like, if you on the recorded version, there's this like nobody knows where it came from. It's during the guitar solo at the end. It's like the Paul Broussard who recorded our
Leap Studios.
Yeah,
Shout
Leap
out, Paul.
Studios. Shout out, Paul. Good dude.
I will say, like the production, like you guys really sound good on like these tracks.
Thank
Like
Thank you.
very, I mean, again, like talk about that, like how the struggle,
Yeah.
of,
So there's this like little crystal in the guitar solo that just it's just like a little beat noise.
Sounds like a
very
real
high pitch
triangle.
yeah.
We think it's the
No.
AC.
Yeah, none of us know where the hell it came from, but it's like on tempo. It's like fits like pitch wise, and it's really cool. So like Paul was
But
just
it works.
Paul was
So
like,
who heard that first?
Paul did when he was
Okay.
like mastering.
Paul's like,
everything.
what is that?
Yeah, and he was just like,
okay.
it sounds pretty cool. At
Yeah.
first, so it stayed in.
We'll keep
But
it
like
in.
as far as actually the whole recording of Simple State is actually really funny because we were very poor. And we literally like cleaned Paul's house as part of the
Yeah.
To get free
He was like,
time.
if you clean my bathroom, I'll give you 2 more hours.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I cleaned out the litter box.
Yeah.
We did the bathroom.
Some pretty dehumanizing crap.
Yeah,
Hey, but free.
No pun intended.
free
yeah,
food.
yeah. And then
Like, yeah, man,
so-
I'll mow your lawn. I don't care.
But,
I'll
yeah.
trim your tree or your
Right.
bushes.
right, and then so like all of it was I guess really it was done in like 3 days,
3 or 4.
3 or 4
3
days,
days.
and then that was like I think he mastered it like a little on the side here and there, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
We did like a Sunday to Wednesday.
And how many
Yeah.
tracks are on that album? Remind me.
9.
9.
it's
9 tracks in 3 days.
Yeah.
And that was tracked in actually 2 days because he did a lot of the mixing on Sunday where we, sat there
Yeah.
and gave him input.
We pretty much
So
laid all of mine
tracked,
out on the Sunday.
yeah, tracked on,
Tweaked.
like a Friday, Saturday, and then
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
mixed and like started the mastering process
Yeah.
on Sunday.
And like that
That's
was
so
that was a
cool.
different process than like the little EP we did, which was with
A
Chris.
night in.
Yeah, a night in.
That
Which
was
with Chris Munson, who's a University of Lafayette, Louisiana Lafayette
Shout out,
professor.
Chris.
Shout out.
Sound
Yeah,
engineer.
shout out.
Raging Cajun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
Raging
go.
Cajun.
And Chris is awesome. So Brandon took Chris's class at UL, and Chris would also always go into Pops. Shout out Pops.
A lot of
Pops
shouts
boys.
out.
Yeah, we just love our people.
Absolutely.
Check out our sponsors.
Yeah, we're gonna start demanding some money.
Miller,
Yeah,
we're coming for you, babe.
It is after 11.
We call it our pandemic special.
Yeah.
Every night in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, so Chris did all those, and it was really cool. Like that was a really cool process because we were in the big auditorium room there where they do like the orchestras at
Yeah.
UL. So it's this massive room. So you really get like you got reverb without having to drown everything in reverb in a
Mhm.
sense,
Pretty much.
But it was cool. Like we had, it's like 2 storm doors on either side where the amps are.
Yeah.
So like Brandon and I's amps are like 100 feet away from each other in these tiny little rooms. so it really like isolates that sound, but still gives you that feel that like we were all jamming together.
Yeah.
And then Casey would just kind of, do the lyrics, but then
Keep everybody on.
Yeah, just to kind of keep everybody in track.
Okay.
And then he would go back and do lyrics like officially a separate day. Brandon and I would go back and lay down second guitar parts or layered guitar parts, or solos.
Yeah.
So like the solos are all like just
Live,
After,
kinda.
yeah.
they were live.
After
There was
the
like
fact.
multiple
little
takes.
And
multiple takes and like
Deal.
to kind of give a little tricks of the trade.
Sure.
Some of those solos are just like two different takes, like
Like punched together.
punched on
Oh,
top
yeah.
of each other. It's like, hey, look, the start of this one was really cool. The end of this one was really cool. Chris was like, I think we can make it work.
Yeah.
And
Let's
it
put a
showed up.
bridge, right? Yeah.
So it showed up, like, damn, man, he's made me sound a lot better than I am. I feel.
Yeah.
And for the record, I've only had one vocal splice in a song, and it was for "I'll Be Late." All the rest,
All natural.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
All the way
colors
through.
of shit.
Yeah. For the record, I do tons of drum punch-ins because I'm terrible.
Yeah. So do you think if you think that would sound
For the record.
Let the record show.
Shane's over there like, I play bass perfectly every time.
So that's a good
One
segue,
take.
guys.
One
So,
take.
so talk about how technology has kind of changed how like we record, like how it's made it easier, what like
I mean, I guess we
Even
don't
to get
really,
it out there too, music-wise, Spotify.
yeah.
Just
hate to say this, but TikTok,
we don't have one of those.
we don't have TikTok.
Yeah.
nope.
It's the
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw one artist that the only reason he was here is because he had 5 million TikTok followers,
Yes.
and it was
That's
all
insane that
from
that
a
can happen.
song.
Yeah.
That he
he's
put
got,
up.
Like, sampled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sampled and
He's
blown
like,
up.
I have no business being here, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy how that can happen too.
So
I mean,
We've got
some of
like-
these people are just absolutely famous for no reason.
No, for very good reason. Casey.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
shit on anybody.
that's right.
Oh man,
So guys, so let's talk about where are we at currently then? Like, what are we doing with any new music? What's our expectations for the rest of the year, touring wise? Talk about that. Where can people see you?
Lafayette, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. We haven't really toured.
Yeah.
We've
So we're
branched
staying
out,
within
so
Lafayette.
We're trying for sure. This
No,
is probably the
absolutely.
furthest out we've gone. Austin.
it
We've been
is.
to New
Yeah.
Orleans, Lake Charles, Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So regional. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
Regional
Yeah.
for sure. We're trying to get new music out this year. We have
Yeah.
10
Like our
songs, 11
Yeah, we have
songs
we have a
planned.
full album written, and we're just kind of sitting on it, like
Finding the
tweaking it.
time.
Yeah.
Fine
Yeah.
tuning and then finding the time
yeah,
to
and like
go
we've
record it.
we've all kind of discussed that we want to take like a little slightly different approach to the recording process this go
Yes.
around. Like
Okay.
we're still gonna go if he'll have us, of course, Chris Munson, and but we kind of want to be able to do like tracking, get it back to just be able to listen to it more. That
Sit on
way
it.
you can like
Yeah, like
add
I was-
in new guitar
Yes,
parts. or
like I was
whatever.
talking about
Right.
earlier, have the opportunity, not go to the studio with, we have this amount of time, we have what we have written, and
Yep.
we have to track it to
Yep.
save, time and money.
Yeah.
But we want to be able to be creative in the studio, which we
Yeah.
haven't had the opportunity
Yeah.
to do yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're not rich by any stretch, but we can afford a little more this go around than previous times.
Than the last go around.
Yeah, I mean, studio
Yeah.
space is not cheap. I mean,
Right.
that's
No, my
Yeah,
God, no.
Yeah.
so. I know social media is what it is, but for a band, it is kind of like that elephant in the room.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
talk about like
Mhm.
your take, how you guys approach social media.
Well,
Big on Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah, Instagram's
that's
our biggest.
that's like our main focus, really.
Okay.
We're really lucky. We have a lot of people that like in our corner that really know social media,
Mhm.
so like we get a lot of help with that.
Okay.
For a while, we were just managing it ourselves, and we still do, but
Mm-hmm.
we've got like our little
Consultants.
consultants. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I
Yeah.
feel like we've kind of
We've-
nailed in what we want it to look like and feel like. Be
Yeah,
like.
we wanted to show our personalities and to let people know that we're playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I think we've gotten a lot better with. For us, the struggle was content creation because
Yeah.
we would get
Yeah.
cell phone videos of shows.
Yeah.
And
it's
that
just-
was the content.
yeah.
We would never put effort into doing our own stuff, doing
Mhm.
something unique, maybe
Right.
punch it up a little bit more production into it.
Yeah.
And we've put a real focus on that especially with the Tiny Desk audition we
Yeah,
just did.
yeah.
Snappy
And
photography,
It's
shout
just-
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out,
Another
shout
shout
out
out.
Richard Dearborn there too.
Nice.
Yeah, we got super lucky with that.
Mhm.
Like that was the
Well, yeah,
coolest-
talk about that. Yeah,
that was the
absolutely. Yeah.
coolest experience I
Yeah,
think we've
it
had
was-
as a band.
That was
at
like our
least in
first
my
official
opinion.
music video.
Yeah, it was, and it was. I mean, I guess we did about 4 takes on it.
4 or 5,
And
something like
the one that you
6
hear,
hours.
the one that you hear is one full take. Like that
Mhm.
wasn't doctored in any way. Now some of the actual shots Richard said are from different takes, but he was like the tempo of the song was the exact same the whole time, so he could
which is
kind of
surprising.
take which is a shock, honestly. Like Richard could take like little clips from take 1 and make it and work it that way. And we got lucky. Like a buddy of ours has a really cool spot right around the corner from us, and he was like, "Just do it."
Yeah.
Shout out Ryan to that.
Yeah.
He was like, "Do with my place what you will." So we like completely rearranged this dude's house.
Brought
Like,
plants,
Yeah.
furniture.
We set his smoke alarm off.
yeah, I
Sorry,
recently my shoulder installing lights.
Yeah.
The struggle is real, man. The struggle is
But that's all
real.
just all
The
due to
struggle's
the tiny
there.
desk too. It's not even like it was for a good cause. We're trying to get on tiny desk.
Right.
Just an audition. That's the biggest thing we've ever done. So it was really fun to experience that.
Yeah.
And for future work possibly too, trying to do that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. NPR has always been a proponent of up and coming artists and definitely getting the word out. So that's awesome.
We like when the attention's on us.
Yeah. Great. Well, guys, this was awesome. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Debtors. So good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all come check us out. Anton's Saturday.
Yep.
And then,
Midnight. Anton's. Nobody's ever corrected me either way. So.
yeah.
Someone told us
And-
tomatoes.
Yeah. The Lafayette Showcase.
No.
There's a bunch of Grammy winners
Free
on
crawfish.
stage.
Yeah,
and
free
there's us.
crawfish.
Yeah.
Free crawfish. Yeah, free
Free
crawfish.
until
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and
we'll
then
run out probably.
after that, Festival International in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yep.
In April
Yeah.
29th.
This-
29th.
29th.
Yeah. Quickly talk about that. I mean, that's an
Festival
awesome.
International.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one for us.
Lafayette triples in size for this festival of just like people coming
All
to
around
the
the world.
city, all around the world. Coming
And
to
like
the
you
city.
said, it coincides with Jazz Fest. So
Coincides with
yeah.
Jazz Fest, so some cross booking of acts.
They
Share.
haven't reached out to us yet.
We'll be on Jazz Fest.
Maybe not this year. Next year, right?
Next
year.
Yeah.
Hey, follow us on Instagram
Yeah.
at the Debtors Music.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this was great. Thank you so much. Cheers everybody.
Thank y'all.
I drank my Miller.
Me too. Let's-
We were allowed 1 Miller per podcast.
No worries. Guys, this has been Dogg. This is the Music Lab podcast. Make sure to check out our sponsors. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Peace and one love.
Come on over to roosterstone.com, where you can book the band for any event you can imagine. Acoustic, full band, whatever your event may require. You can also email us to take online music lessons at an affordable monthly price. Don't forget to download our original music and like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media platforms. Keep rocking out at roosterstone.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Raw Outfitters, we are an independent, family-owned clothing company for all ages. Check out our inventory of shirts and hoodies at www.rawoutfitters.com and follow our social media pages. Don't just wear,